Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today let's look at a best practice, deliberate practice, which you should make into a habit and part of your routine. Okay then. So let's get right into it. So why is deliberate practice a skill that you want to cultivate? Something that you want to incorporate into your trading? Well, it's quite important to understand that it's about getting reps, repetition, exposure to the market. And you do this by, for example, using the replay function, which serves as a way to get deliberate practice. So this is something that I do every Saturday or Sunday, depending on whatever I do those days, right? But I make sure to incorporate this habit into my weekend, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. It's really important, guys. So how do you set up? How should you approach this? So if you go to Tradingview, Tradingview has a replay function up here, replay, and it's a clever way to incorporate deliberate practice into your trading and to improve your trading. Because just think about it for a second. The more market exposure you get, the more familiar you get with how the market flows, how price action flows. And if you get better at understanding the flow of price action, you get better at understanding the mechanics behind the demand and supply, and therein the psychology behind the movements. So what I usually do is every Saturday, Sunday, I go to my chart and then I delete what happened for the past week, right? I go back a prior week. So for example, look at a chart and then I delete a week of trading, and then I just replay it and slowly watch it unfold, and I apply my analysis and I apply my intraday tools, etc. And in this way I trade the market again. And it helps me understand, if I could have done better. Could I have gotten a better entry, or should I have not taken this trade, or was there something I missed in this trade, right? So let's just jump into it so you can see what I mean. So first off, let's say this is Sunday, then it would be the 15th, and let's go 1 week back to 9. So I'm gonna delete. So let me show you. Here's the replay button. So you click this one, go to Tradingview, right? Then you go back. Right. This is, where is it? The 9th, right? Right there. Okay. So after I've deleted it, then I also delete everything on your charts, all levels, your analysis, and start from scratch. Okay, so you apply your levels, you apply your pattern analysis, wave analysis, you just apply the way in which you frame the context of the market. So when that is done, then you open up another chart, right? Another one. This one will be your intraday time frame. So you go to the 15-minute or 5-minute or whatever intraday time frame that you use in your own trading, and you do the same thing. You delete 1 week of market data, or delete, or I guess delete is a fine word to use. Here, go to replay and gonna go again to 9th of May, which is here. So like so. Okay, so you have two charts that you're watching, or even more, again depending on your plan, on the way you trade. So if you have the pro subscription with Tradingview, you can split your screen like this, and then you can have a 15-minute chart here and a 5-minute chart here, for instance. and you can replay both at the same time, or not at the same time actually. You have to like first click here and then go to this screen and then do them separately like so. But this is also an option that you have. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, so first off, you start on the higher time frame, right? You start with framing the context and establishing basically a directional bias and the possible outcomes or scenarios that you may think that can unfold in the trade. Because remember, trading is hard, and your expectations of what will happen will 100% fail, right? Market can move in so many ways and will move beyond what you thought was expected. So always remember that, and that is exactly why we have if then scenarios. So if the market moves down here, you will react like in a certain manner, but if the market does this instead, you will react in this way, or you will plan ahead so that if the market moves in a certain way, you don't impulsively react, right? You don't get some emotional outburst because whoa, the market, what just happened? No, you have already planned that in. Okay, so of course you cannot plan for every scenario, but you plan for for as many scenarios that you can see the market unfold. And if the market does something entirely different from what you expected, then sure, you don't trade because you have no idea what the market is doing. Okay, so let's just do this. Click, click, click. So utilize this replay function. This is truly such a good habit to have, because you will get so much better at reading the underlying mechanics of how the price moves. You can see here, this is the 15-minute chart, right? This is Monday, the market just opened. Then plot in your indicators as well. So what do you use when you trade? I use VWAP session. VWAP session is an intraday VWAP. And I also look at, this is the opening price. So this is where price opened, the daily open. I keep that in mind as well. And the structure, of course. So I know that from looking at the 1 hour here, we have an impulse, we have a sideways correction. So I'm looking for a possible break of this low and a turn, right? And then I will look for upside to break this top, which would give us a pattern, an impulse, correction, and an impulse. So with this knowledge in mind, I'm looking for the price to, when it comes down here, there are multiple ways in which it can form and develop. So it could touch the low, sharply reverse up, and then maybe start correcting and then just push, right? That's one scenario. Or it could grind its way down here. It could just start trading a lot and slowly and move and choppily, and this is a clear signal that a lot of buying and selling is happening. So the market is building up. And if this at the same time happens with very low volume, then it's a signal that, okay, the market will pop. At some point it will pop. So that is a reversal pattern, basically. So I plan out and I set up these scenarios for what the market, for how the market might develop, and then I trade it. So I go to the 50-minute and I look at the volume as well. And yeah, I play it. And then I see, okay, so what's happening? Like, how will I trade and how will I not trade? this is a very excellent way to get market exposure, to get that repetition, right? Deliberate practice. Okay, and then whenever I see something, okay, look at this, right? So let's say that, we broke the low and I'm clearly looking for buy. I see volume is low right now, but there's some kind of bullish structure forming here. Like, would I take this buy? Or did I take this buy? Is it part of your strategy? Let's say that you take this buy because this is part of the way you trade. Okay, then at the same time, as you do this, I like to use this one here, this little icon, like so, and then at the same time I journal. I journal what I do and the trade that the trades that I take. So this is, buy setup here based on the 1 hour context, and let's say that maybe because this is, this is what I'm seeing, so plus a flag forming, but notice the price is at VWAP. So for me, I would not have taken this trade yet because, like, look at this. You can see the trend, right? Price came up to VWAP, came down, 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 right? And it's at VWAP again. So there's a good chance that price will bounce off again. But now this is just an example, okay? So in this way, you get a lot of exposure and a lot of reps. So use these, annotate, and journal. In this way, you journal and you replay. You get deliberate practice. You get so much work done, and you improve. It's important. It's so important that you have to improve on your trading. Okay, and then when you have your, let's play it out. See what happens. Okay, it exploded up, came down. So what happened here? Do you notice something? Look at how it exploded up to the opening price. This is where it opened, right? Came up, just bounced off it. So this gives me information that I can use. This is telling me that, okay, that next time if I'm in this kind of scenario, then I know I have to be aware of this happening, of the opening price. So if I was in this trade, move your stops. I have to move my stops because there's a possibility that the market will bounce from the opening price. So I'm just showing you how you can extrapolate market data from replaying your trades and going through what actually happened, okay? And remember, annotate, write it down, and when you have annotated and you have looked through, let's say, a day's worth of replay, like we're gonna go this Monday, when we've looked at the whole day and I have my notes, you go up here, let's take a snapshot, you save the chart image or you copy it and you plug it in to Google Docs or Notion or whatever platform or whatever journaling system you use. This is important. This is crucial. And then you just, you sit here and you go through it and you look and you study your tools and the price action. Okay? So I think I'm just gonna end the video here. I think I just wanted to come out with a little info on how I do it and what I do. So basically I just wanted to showcase that this is something that I do every week. Sunday or Monday I go through the prior week of market data in this way, where I just replay it and I watch it unfold, and I plot in my tools, my technical analysis tools, and these are important levels, patterns, VWAP, opening price, etc. And I study and I analyze and I trade and I annotate and I journal. So in this way, I get a lot of exposure and a lot of practice. And with that said, I hope that you can use this, and I really recommend you guys to do this as well. Make it into a habit, okay? This is truly a best practice that is important, okay? So, thanks for watching. So I hope that this video will bring you some value and that what I'm saying makes sense to you. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.